Today let's talk about subject of formula, change of subject of formula. So come with me. So when you have a formula, all right, and you're asked so what is the meaning of the subject of a formula? So if we have something like this, V equals U plus AT. This V is standing alone on this side of the equation of the formula. And then on this other side, you have U plus AT. So this V that is standing alone is the subject of the formula. So if a question asks you to make any of these values or alphabets the subject of the formula, that means you have got to put that alphabet to stand alone. You make it stand alone. So you're going to do everything possible to make it stand alone. So but before we proceed, let me say this. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do well to go and hit the subscribe button right now. And if you have done that, you can also hit the notification bell so that you can get the information, you can get a notification anytime we upload a new content. And make sure you share this video and you post your comments. Alright, you can drop your questions in the comment section and I'll be back to give you a response to all your questions. Alright, come with me. So if the question says you should make T the subject of formula, can you see A and T? Something is connecting A and T. It is multiplication. This is A times T gives you 80. Alright, so anytime you have multiplication, you tackle it with division, or you resolve it with division. Anytime you have division, you resolve it with multiplication. When you have addition, so there's a plus here, we are going to introduce a negative, a minus, alright, subtraction to tackle addition, and then you use addition to tackle subtraction. That it is that simple. When you have raised to the power, maybe raised to the power of 2 squared, you tackle it with a square root. When you have raised to the power of 3 cube, you tackle it with a cube root, and vice versa. Alright, so let's solve this question. We were asked to make T the subject of formula here. So the first thing you want to do is move this value to this side so that this can stand alone. So you have V minus U equals 80. There is an invisible positive sign here. When it crosses this V to this side, it becomes negative. So that's why we have minus. Now you have 80, and we want to make T stand alone. So we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of T, which is A. So I'm going to divide both sides by A. So A cancels A, and then now my T is standing alone. T is now equal to V minus U over A. That is the answer to the question. I believe you got that. Let us look at another example. Now when you have V squared equals U squared plus 2AS, and you are asked to make A the subject of formula. So what do? Move this to this side. You have V squared minus U squared equals to 2AS. Now we want A to stand alone. We have 2 and S on the side of A here, and they are connected together by multiplication. 2 times A times X, that is 2AS. So we are going to separate them using division. So if I divide both sides by the coefficient of A, alright, what's the coefficient of A? 2S. I divide this side by 2S. 2 cancels 2, S cancels S, and my A is standing alone. So I have A equals V squared minus U squared over 2S. Right, so I've been able to make A the subject of formula. Let's look at some other example. This time around we go a bit higher. Alright, this question you were asked to make P the subject of formula. And this is here is P. What do we do? The first thing you want to do here is to move every other thing on this side that is not directly connected to P, move them to the other side of this bridge, right? So I'm going to move these to this side. So I'm going to have Q. This is carrying the positive side. When you cross it, it becomes minus S over 2. Minus S over 2. Remember, it's Q over 1 minus S over 2 equal 3P over R. I want to make P the subject, so let's proceed. We are going to have to solve this. If you find the LCM of this, you have 2. 1 into is 2 times Q. 2Q minus 2 into 1 times S, all equals 3P over R. So what can we do next? We cross multiply. When we cross multiply, R multiplies everything here, so R into bracket, okay, 2, R into bracket, 2Q minus S equals to 6P. That is 2 times 3P, that is 6P. And we want to make P the subject, divide both sides by 6. Alright? This cancels this. So your P is going to be what? You can open this bracket. 2QR minus RS over 6. That is the answer. So we have succeeded in making P the subject of formula. So the answer here says P equals 2QR minus RS over 6. So that's the correct answer. Let's look at another question. Number 4. We have P raised to power 1 over 3 equals 3 cube root of Q over R. We're asked to make Q the subject of formula. How do we deal with this question? Wanting to make Q subject, we have to get rid of this R. So the first thing you do, 1 cube, 1/3 equals to cube root of Q over R. You cross multiply. So that I get rid of this R. When you cross multiply, you have R times P 1/3 equal to cube root of Q. But before we proceed, this P raised to power 1 over 3, we have to resolve it as well. So that's going to be R times, according to the law of indices, anytime you have a power that is a fraction, the denominator will form a root over the value, while the numerator will form a power. If you have not seen the video on the laws of indices, you can just check the comment section. I have dropped a link to the video for the laws of indices so that you can check that out. So you have R times, so this is going to be cube root of P all raised to power 1 equals to cube root of Q. Right. So if we multiply, if we open this up, you have cube root of P R times R equals to cube root of Q. But we want to make Q subject, so we have to get rid of this cube root. How do we get rid of it? We raise both sides to the power of 3. So if we raise this to the power of 3, we raise this to the power of 3, we are going to have these 3, we cancel this. So you have P times R cubed equals, then this cancels all of these as well, equals Q. So our answer is going to be Q equals PR cubed. That is the answer. Q equals PR cubed. Yes, Q equals PR cubed. That is the answer to the question. I hope that is clear. Now let's see some more questions. This question says E equals M over 2G V squared minus U squared. You were asked to make U the subject of formula. So what do we do? U, subject of formula, we have to get rid of all that we have here, but we start by getting rid of this. So you're going to have E equals to M over 2G into V squared minus U squared. You cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you have 2GE equals to M into v squared minus u squared. Then how do you remove m from this? You divide both sides by m. M cancels m. So you have v squared minus u squared equals 2g over m. And the next thing is, we want to, we were asked to make u the subject. So this u is carrying a negative, and anytime you have the value you want to make subject carrying a negative, try to move it to the point where it will become positive. So I'm going to move this here, and I'll move everything here to this side. There's an invisible positive sign here. So when it crosses here, it becomes negative. So I'm going to have v squared minus 2ge over m equals u squared. The last thing is to get rid of this squared. So we find the square root of both sides to be able to get that done. So this cancels this, and then our u is going to be square root of v squared minus 2ge all over m. No, not all over. This is over 1, right? So you have v squared minus 2g over m, 2g over m. Right, so that is the answer. So let's confirm that the answer is u equals square root of v squared minus 2eg over m. So that's the final answer, we're correct. Right, now I'm going to end this video at this point. I want to believe you understood all we've done today. Be reminded that if you have not subscribed to the channel, do well to do that right about now. That is the way you can actually support us. Alright, and share with your friends. Thank you. See you in the next class.